All right, what's happening? Welcome back, Limitless family, to another setup for you guys. It's gonna be an amazing day. My name is Lorenzo Corrado. I'm the founder of the Limitless Training Academy, and here for you on a day-to-day basis to make sure that we are providing you with the best setups while also teaching you how to trade. So that's what we're doing here. Hope you guys enjoyed this week so far. Has been an incredible journey. Thank you for all the amazing comments, messages I've got from this new format and everything that we have been building here. I really do appreciate that. So for now, let's dive right into the charts here because we had the CPI yesterday, we had the news. Hope you made some money with us at least. So far so good. It's Wednesday. We have to make sure that we are closing the week strong. So therefore, let's dive into the charts right now. But before, of course, let's do a little recap in regards to what happened yesterday, okay? Core CPI came out 0.2%, year over year 3.2%, and CPI month over month came out lower as well, all by a 0.1% lower than the expectation. Okay, the expectation was already lower than the previous month. The actual outcome was even better. Because of that, guys, the dollar absolutely tanked. Gold went up, the Australian dollar against US dollar went up. The setup that we talked about all went up here. We're going to talk about that in a second. But most importantly, what is happening next? And we have some news coming in around about, I believe, an hour or 30 minutes from now already here. First news is coming shortly already, right? We're going to see this happening live right here, right now. The core retail sales are coming along in 10 minutes. Same as the PPI, all right? The PPI is the inflation data in regards to the manufacturing, okay? So based upon that, we can kind of give us an indication of what could happen already with the inflation. But because of the fact that the inflation came down already lower than expected here, the PPI, as you can see already, also is looking better than the last or the previous month right here. So we're now at 0.1%. The expectation would potentially be much lower than expected, at least last month right now. But it's not about the forecast, guys. It's about the actual outcome. So the question is it gonna be higher or lower than the forecast? This is where things get tricky, okay? So do take that in consideration. We're gonna see this very soon here, same as the retail sales. So let's quickly dive right now straight away into the dollar index because guys, it has happened, okay? We talked about this right here. We said at the beginning of the week, the dollar is not looking particularly strong right now, okay? Very important to mention that what we did, my favorite setup, my favorite structure, it's the same story. I'm going to repeat it another 1,000 times because it actually works on a day-to-day basis here, guys. So keep in mind that we consolidated, we expanded, we retraced, and we continued to the downside, okay? Confirmation of the dollar right now, breakdown, absolutely got smashed right here at this particular moment. So what's next for the dollar? Well, the next level I'm personally looking for right here is where we are currently almost or at. And that's going to be at the 103.545, okay? Right here below, which is going to be right away also, as you guys can see here, this low right here, okay? This particular low, I do believe there is a chance that we could still potentially come down here. But again, we have news coming. So we might see some more volatility coming along in a couple minutes. So we potentially will already know within a couple minutes what is going to happen here with the dollar, okay? So do take that in consideration. Now let's continue our journey right away with gold because gold, man, wow. Perfect, the way we moved up here. We saw that channel, we had that breakout, we had that retest. We held here perfectly. And like we said here, what we were looking for was the same structure in case we break up. So what we did was a couple days ago on a Monday, right here, I believe it was, there we go, Monday. We had this range, okay, beautiful range. We expanded out of that range right here. Very clean. We had that expansion, we had that retracement, and we had that reaction right here. I had a limit order set, like I said yesterday. Unfortunately, did not get triggered. All right, that's part of the game, okay? You can't win them all. However, the direction was indeed up right here. We wanted to go for the highs, which was in essence all that buy-side liquidity that was built up right here, which is taken out already at this particular moment. So what's next for gold right now is very interesting, okay? I do see much more potential bullish scenarios happening for gold. I do think that if you look on the daily channel here, that this high is a high where we potentially could go to one more time here, which is at the 205, okay? 2005, which is also this area of supply, guys. So I don't care if you are a horizontal support and resistance trader or a supply and demand trader, keep a very close eye on that level, 2005. I do think that this is something that we could go towards right here, okay? So really pay very close attention to that level because we might be pulling up right there to that level. So in regards to an entry model right now for gold, well, there is only one thing I'm looking for, and that is if we potentially are pulling back, I'm interested to take a long from 1953, okay? 1953, putting my stop loss around the last low here at 1941, targeting the 205, something around these highs right here, okay? So pay very, very close attention. I think we have a couple more minutes left, guys. Let's see how we had 6 more minutes. I think we are perfectly on track here. So that's absolutely amazing. The reason why I'm looking for that pullback, guys, number one, is a pullback to the 618 here in case we pull down, okay? And the reason why I'm not looking to short it is because we could easily come up and continue its journey right now. I personally missed the boat. The direction was there, but sometimes you just miss these trades whenever you feel that you can get them here. If you want to have these precise entries, part of the game. However, if we pull back right now, back towards the 618, back towards that zone, which is automatically also this particular level right here, okay? This particular high, this is a highly confluential zone, all right? Resistance, support, support, resistance, potential pullback to the 618 as well, which could lead into a nice trade opportunity. So a pullback would be amazing. Stop loss is gonna go below, target the highs right here, could still lead into a 4-to-1. Even if you look on the lower time frames, you can get better entries from there, but that's my point of interest for gold, okay? Now let's move along and let's go to the Australian dollar against the US dollar. Man, that was a crazy one. That was an absolutely crazy one. You saw this yesterday live. We were in position for the Australian dollar against the US dollar. Consolidation, expansion, retracement, continuation. We saw the point of control right here hitting it perfectly. We expanded one more time here. And right here, right in that internal range on the 50-minute, we had that internal reaction, okay? So one more time, let's move this to the lower time frame so you know what I'm talking about right here. Okay, very, very important. There we go. We talked about this particular range internally right there, okay? We came up, we held above this particular range, and you see that these ranges are constantly getting tested, okay? Constantly getting tested over and over again here. So keep a very close eye on ranges. Like I said before, guys, I'm a guy that's looking for this type of price action, okay? That consolidation is what I'm looking for. That expansion is what I'm looking for. If we then pull back in whatever way, bullish, bearish, I do not really care. I want to see what's happening when that retest of an area of consolidation comes into play in order for us to move along here. So very, very nice, very interesting. Looking forward to that here. The way we pulled back down gave us that perfect entry. I would have stacked onto my position if it came a little bit lower. You guys already know it from our Monday video where we talked about why we are so extremely bullish on the Australian dollar against the US dollar here. We talked about this already, guys. Okay, we knew that we came back into that weekly zone here one more time. We had that fantastic retest on the higher time frame. We're talking about the weekly here, and then same thing happened on the daily as well, coming back in towards that low right there. Perfect retest, expansion, a break of structure right here, higher high, higher low, higher high. Confirmation, okay? So we're looking extremely bullish right now for the Australian dollar against the US dollar here. So what I'm looking for personally, if we pull back as well, is to just look for that further continuation. This could be the start, guys, of a potential new swing, high to swing low point, where we're gonna create higher lows, higher highs. So whenever we create a higher low, this is where I'm gonna get interesting. So I'm gonna keep you guys updated in case that happens as well for the Australian dollar against the US dollar. Now let's look at oil. Okay, we talked about oil. Oil, again, another perfect example of what we were looking for on a Monday, Tuesday, and today. Okay, we said that if we close, if you guys paid attention right here, above the above these particular highs right there, okay? We had 1, 2 touch points. We had that breakout right here. 1, 2, 3. Breakout closure is set. If we close an hourly candle above it, I want to see oil going to the $80. And look where we're going, guys. Sometimes it is absolutely scary, but this is exactly what happened here. So we've pulled back. We had the news coming yesterday. We went to the $80 mark right here. We came out exactly, to be honest, at 80.07. right here towards that range. We said that this is going to cause a trouble, and we actually got rejected right there. So this is where we have to be a little bit more cautious, guys, okay? I am no longer interested right now at this particular moment for a new long setup. And the reason why is what I said previously already. I want to now take this to the higher time frame, okay? So if you take this to the higher time frame right now, we have that massive range. We are overall looking quite good here. But like we said, we're looking at this particular range right here, especially that top level. So what I'm looking for is oil pulling back slightly more to give us that perfect entry on the higher time frame right now, which could lead into a swing trade position, okay? So even as a swing trader, I am still on the hunt for scalping trades. I'm still looking for potential day trading setups. We're doing this on a day-to-day basis. But if I get the opportunity for a nice swing trade, I'm going to be patient, I'm going to wait. And oil is right now at that particular moment where I want to see it pulling back down towards the $74, $75 for me to potentially enter a very nice position, which is going to be right here at 74.725. That's the sweet spot scenario for me where I'm interested in taking my positions for oil, taking it back high, back all the way up to the previous highs here, which is already, guys, a 20% dump here. We have been correcting already 20%. Oil, super undervalued right now, in my opinion, as well. So keep a very close eye on oil. For now, I'm looking for it to come down a little bit further as we had our initial pump here. So even then, we can still take our percentage of trade here. Now the news came out, guys. Let's see how the news operated right here. Perfect. PPI came out lower than expected. Again, better than expected. That's not really a surprise right here. The core retail sales came out higher. Retail sales came out much better than expected as well here, which is actually surprising to me, to be honest, looking at it right now. But let's see how the dollar reacted to this, guys. Right here, dollar is continuing its journey to the downside, okay? That's it. Dollar is so far continuing its momentum back further to the downside. So I do believe, like we discussed here, that the 103.545 is still in play right now. So all good, fantastic. This is what we were waiting for. Okay, now let's talk about some extra setups right here. Okay, because we had a couple more things to look out for. One of them is the NASDAQ. Okay, we talked about the NASDAQ yesterday as well. We said that after this news, if we come out better than expected, we're going to make a rally. However, at some point, we're going to induce a lot more people to go long right here. And we're now back at the previous highs right now, guys. You see it already. This is high number one right here. And this is high number two. We're right now right at that particular level, which is at 15,931. All right. This is where I want to pay very close attention. So one more time, when I go back and I finish this particular session here, I'm going to head into the V3 live trading floor with you guys. I'm going to one more time talk about the NASDAQ, potentially hope to get a trade here live with you guys right there as well, right here, making sure that if the stock market opens up here in about an hour, roughly an hour and a half from now, then, well, no, 2 hours from now, sorry, time has changed here. 2 hours from now, we're going to potentially look for a nice NASDAQ potential short here opportunity, okay? Still into play right now. So CPI came out, beautiful expansion back to the previous highs, waiting for a potential rejection right here. Very weak bottom wicks on both of these candles as well. Short-term pullback could mean simply that we could still push down, continue by a continuation here. So I'm not saying that we're right now going to come down all the way. I'm just saying that I want to take potentially a short-term trade to the downside, even when we're in a bullish scenario here. Okay, overall, still looking quite good. Now, another one I would like to show you guys for today as well. Let's add in one more, which I think is quite important, is the following. Okay, and that is the dollar against the Canadian dollar. You're looking at the weekly right here. And now we're getting somewhere, okay? We have to be extremely patient for this one. But this is where I'm very interested in right now, okay? Look at this high right here. Number one, strong weekly high. How do we know that? Well, simply this high right here created this lower low, okay? So that higher high created that lower low. We took out all these previous lows right here. Very strong rejection. Came up one more time right here. Second time, third time right now, failing to break that particular high. Okay, so at the weekly, we need a lot of time in order for us to look for an initial reaction here. But look at that triple top confirmation. I do see this as pretty weak at this particular moment. And the interesting part, and this is where things are getting very interesting right now, guys, is look at the amount of weeks that we're looking at these highs, okay? Each particular high. So let me take you here for a second. We had 1, we had 2, we had 3, we had 4, followed by a reaction to the downside. Next one, 1, 2, 3, 4, expansion to the downside. Right now, 1, 2, 3, 4, heading in towards the weekly closure with a bearish candle here. So I am very tempted to see what's going to happen with the dollar against the Canadian dollar on the higher time frame right now. If we take this to the daily, you can already see right here that this was the internal high on the daily. We broke structure to the downside. We created a higher low, a lower high. This would have been already the perfect trading example where if you went to the lower time frame right here, everything was in your favor. Your bias was perfect, potentially looking for a short right there. However, what we're looking for, again, is either create a new low right here at 136, very important, 136.3. We're looking for a new potential low right there, breaking structure, pulling up, and then start looking for new potential setups to the downside, because that could turn into a massive, massive trade, guys, okay? If you take this down and you're patient enough, you wait for price to pull back down to create a lower high again, go to the lower time frame. We don't have to execute on the daily. We can take this back to the hourly. We can take this back to the 15-minute as long as our top-down analysis aligns flawlessly, okay? This is where you're gonna get these high risk reward setups, these risk reward trades here. When the weekly is in your favor, which doesn't happen often, the daily is in your favor, the 4-hour, 1-hour, 15-minute, it's all in your favor. That's what we're looking for. So we're gonna be patient with this one, but I can guarantee you, as long as this show goes on right here, at some point, we are gonna get back to that level, and we're gonna talk about an actual execution of a potential trade as well for the dollar Canadian dollar here. So I'm very interested to see how this one operates right here. One more time, if we then pull back on the weekly, where can we go to? Well, we still have a potential retest scenario right here at 132, which is a significant drop if you look here on the weekly, okay? Doesn't mean, or it doesn't look like a big move here, but trust me, this is right there, a significant move to the downside. Now, let's also talk a little bit crypto here, because there is something I would like to share with you right now, okay? For the people that are enjoying crypto, that have been enjoying all the profits right here, I wanna also do a special big shout out here to Trader Tim. He's one of our crypto mentors in our Discord, hosting, giving us free signals right there as well. So if you're interested in it, you can join, go into our Discord, click on the link, sign up through the Crypto VIP, which is free. Just have to follow a couple of steps here. You'll get access to our signals. The results are in there. I believe he's been absolutely crushing it right now with a 70% win rate in crypto. All right, significantly profits right there. So very, very good stuff. But there is something I would like to show you, okay? And that is that a big giant right now is waking up. And I'm not talking about Bitcoin at this particular moment. I'm talking about Ethereum, but I'm gonna get there in a second here. We knew with Bitcoin, all right, guys, that we had the Great Wall of China. We call this horizontal level the Great Wall of China. Why? Because we have been constantly rejected right here, especially when we came here. This is on the weekly, guys. 5 weeks in a row, rejection. 6 months before, 5 weeks in a row, rejection before, strong support until we finally broke it. And guess where Ethereum is at here, okay? We made a 20% move here with Bitcoin after that break very, very quickly. And look at Ethereum right now, okay? Same thing at this particular moment. You see it clearly already that right here we had strong support. We had that resistance here, and look at how this weekly candle right now is setting up here. If we flip this candle bullish and we close above it, I'm very, very bullish on Ethereum right now. I think you can get into an amazing position for Ethereum as well, because I do believe that if that happens, we could immediately skyrocket with another 20% for Ethereum right here, back in towards the previous weekly lows of that particular high. So not the previous weekly lows, sorry, but the lows of that higher range right here, okay? Which could be at 25, 2560, okay? Do take them into consideration, 2560, keep a very close eye on the higher time frame, give it some time here, but if this goes up, what could happen here with the other altcoins? We all know that Ethereum is the front runner of most of these big cryptocurrencies as well in the market here, especially the top 10, the top 15, followed by all the lower caps, and so on and so on. So if this giant wakes up, a lot of beautiful things can happen in crypto market, okay? So the bull run potentially is coming very close here. We're not here to speculate. We're here to look at the charts here. This is what matters the most, all right? So have an amazing rest of your day, guys. I'm looking forward to see you in our Discord. I'm gonna head here in around 15 minutes from now. Gonna be in the live trading floor. As always, I'm gonna be here for you guys on a day-to-day basis here. Keep strong, stay strong here. 2 more days for the weekly closure. A lot more news coming. Stay strong. We're looking for new setups every single day, especially for you. Looking forward to see what we have tomorrow. All right, take care, and I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.